Hey guys, today we're going to make an adjustment on a square, and I'm putting it in Toolmaker's vise intentionally with a ramp. It's already been on a sine bar, and it measured to be about a half thousandth out. So I'm putting it in there with a wedge into it right now, and getting it prepped to go over to the surface grinder and make an adjustment on this thing. So. Yeah, you can see on the side with the black felt pen, it needs to be a little high over there, and we're trying to zero out at the tail end of it right there. And there we're getting our rise. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go grind it. And back from the surface grinder, and we're just going to check it real quick and see how flat we got it before we take it out of the vise. Should be within a tenth or so. Zero up on this thing. Just under 2/10, so that's about the tolerance of my my surface grinder. So there, let's get it out of the vise, and I'll eventually switch out to the other YouTube gauge. I just wanted to test this one. 2.5 inch gauge stack. Sine bar already been swept. And here comes our part. And I just use a couple of button magnets on the side just to hold it to the sine bar. Love taps, make sure it's seated. Get us in the general vicinity here. Let's get this out front and move you guys with me here. And you guys are attached to the top of this thing. So I've got what, 2,400 viewers. I'm going to get this thing zeroed, but keep in mind there's 2,400 of you on top of my surface gauge. So when I start making this pass, everybody hold your breath and try not to rock the boat, because we're going to take you guys along for the ride all the way across. Okay, let's go back to our beginning point. We're going to pop off, snap back, and go back to our beginning point and see if we repeat and go back to our original starting point. Okay, adjustment made. Magnets off. We got a square ready to polish up and head out. Alright, here's the mate to that one. For those of you that don't know how to put gauge blocks together, I'm going to show you real quick. I went ahead and separated them. Give them a good wipe down. Use lint-free cloths and use your thumbs or your fingers last. And you want to start them from the edge. Push firmly and slide them across. Any contaminants or anything just get squeegeed off on the way over. And they actually ring together when you're done. Those things are not magnetic, and see how they're sticking together? That's how they should hold. Alright, so gauge block stack done. That is a 2.5 inch gauge block stack. We're doing 30 degrees today. 2.5 inch on a 5 inch sine bar equals 30 degrees. U-tube gauge on, and this is the mate to the other one, and this is a preliminary to check to see if we do need to make an adjustment. Check a couple times, make sure it snaps back to 0, and make the sweep. Now this one's dipping down a little bit, but it's remaining steady for the remainder of the travel. Let's run it back, and the last little quarter is what right about here it starts snapping right back up. There, it jumps right back up to 0 there. So it's a little high right there. And before we jump to any conclusions, let's clean the backside. That's just some 600 grit paper. I'm just going to rub the backside there and the backside there. Make sure I don't have any high spots. We'll measure it again real quick before we start removing any material. Let me give this a quick blowdown. More love taps. Make sure it's seated. Alright, let's see if we get the same numbers. Yeah, it's the same thing. It dips down almost right away. So that's back to the surface grinder it goes. For my final correction. So both of them were about a half thou out from the initial grind, and back to the grinder we go. Lather, rinse, repeat. Okay guys, thanks for watching.